Alan also has another business called Fighter's Mind, and I don't know whether this video is showing the size difference between us, but you're quite a bit taller than me.
Right.
And from a property investing point of view, that's another one of the reasons why I joined with you, because I thought, to be honest, you do martial arts stuff and have done for years. You help professional fighters get their headset in the right place to go and do professional fights that they get paid on.
Yeah.
To me, property investing is no different in the respect that you've got to pick yourself up when you hit a brick wall. You've got to have the belief, you know, what we've just talked about, with that physiology and everything. You've got to believe you can do it. So I think there's actually a really big connection because it is just the way your mind works. I mean, is that something you think?
No, absolutely.
The people you've met
through
the property investors that have been to see you already?
I mean, during the course with some of the property investors that I've worked with and the other clients that I've worked with as well, I'll often refer to kind of fighting or martial arts analogies because they're very easy to understand. So for instance, you know, the first time you walk into a gym and try and punch a bag, you know, it's probably rubbish, and then the second time it's probably rubbish, and then the third and fourth and fifth. But after a period of time, you start to get a bit of strength in your punches, and you start to get better, you start to learn more. And, you know, if you took fighting as a metaphor for property investing, there'd be like a one-to-one fit, you know, because there are going to be challenges, and there are going to be times when you're going against somebody who's bigger and stronger, so you're going to have to think and act and behave smarter. And also, just like in fighting, a smaller guy can beat a bigger guy if he's more tenacious, if he never gives up, if he's more skilled at what he does, and if he's more resilient. If the little guy goes in thinking, I'm sort of ready to be dragged out of here by my feet, there's no way that I'm going to quit. You know, I only know win, which is something that I kind of work with, sort of work into, fold into the work I do with the fighters is, you know, I'll have them make a picture of themselves, which this is the you who can only win. And I think if you said, well, okay, if you, as a property investor, make a picture of yourself who could only succeed, that's all they know, it's the only thing they know how to. So it's like deleting off the part of failure, and then using that as an image that they have and even step into.
I know that's some of the stuff that we've done.
How do you stand when you are that person who you can only be successful at property investing? How do you breathe? I bet it's different how you breathe. What do you believe about yourself? How do you talk to yourself? And then, you know, right there, that's a technique that anyone can go and use to become super investor. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that every single deal is going to go swimmingly. But what it does is it stacks the deck in your favour, because it means that you're doing everything that you can possibly do, given the resources and the skill set that you have. If it's a training issue, you need to get more training. You know, with you know, mentoring someone like you, or if it's something else, then okay, then you read a book or what have you. But that's if it's a skills issue. But if it's a beliefs issue, this is the best thing that you can do to go in and go forward with. It's going to happen. I don't have to worry that it's going to happen. I know that everything is going to turn out fine, because that makes you relax. And so, oh yeah, we really need to do this deal. It's going to be, I'm sure we'll work something out. That's very different as a response.
And that's interesting, actually, because I know some of the feedback I've had from the people that have been to see you is that you've like taken a fog off their, out of their mind, so they can see clearly, feel more confident. I've had somebody say to me it's the best thing they've ever done. And these are people who are already investing. So my mentees come to me and then to you. Some of them have invested already and may have had experiences where things haven't gone right, so they've got to say, right, okay, how can I learn from it? And others haven't started at all. But the other investors that have been to see you, they are already investing, but you've made the journey for them, like you did for me, much easier in terms of the constant, because you, in property investing, you're constantly coming up with something. The world's always changing. So that's, you know, it's good to see that I know that you've done that with other people. So that's brilliant.